Spider-Man, Spider-Man. I try to kill a spider.
Earlier, the imagery was William grabbing a piece of like scaffolding.
A broadsword.
Yeah.
I think what we've learned is that
against
William
tiny
isn't surviving
spider.
the Amazon jungle. That's what I.
If William if the three of us were in the Amazon and we needed to survive, William's the one grabbing the harpoon and harpooning.
We're
fish.
eating William first.
Okay.
There could be food aplenty, but I'm still eating William first because
Between the three,
I don't want to have to carry him.
Hey, there's only three of you. If there's only three of us, I'm saying yes to whoever you want to eat.
What I would call a very average-sized spider approached us from the side of the wall. Right, William decided to get a giant piece of racking item
Equipment.
and attempted to stab it.
Yeah.
He took it like 13 stabs at a minimum, and then the spider got up and walked away. So all I'm saying is. He won. He won round one. You got the bells went ding ding ding, and you guys went to your corners.
Hey, I just
earned his life.
realized. Look. There is a gap. So I was stabbing the spider with a gap.
Yeah, man. But you're like a whole ass, like a human adult with opposable thumbs, and that is a spider who doesn't really know what's going on. I feel like you had the advantage the entire time.
How big does a spider need to get before you get scared of it? Ooh. Like let's say the spider was the size of my phone.
It's more about how surprised I am for it to be there.
If it's flying, it's scary.
It could be an enormous... Oh, it's flying.
Here's the situation. You open the door to an empty room, and the spider's on the other side of the room. How big does the spider need to be before you get scared?
No big. It could be infinitely big. Don't care.
It fills the entire room up. You open the door, you just close the door.
Fills the entire room up is different. I thought we were talking realistic spiders or like World of Warcraft spiders. Yeah, because then I guess I'm going to be scared. If it's the size of a dog, I'm out.
Yeah, exactly, right? So somewhere between what William fought and a dog is where the
that's where the
scary
line is.
Yeah.
I feel like to me it's about the surprise of whether like if I'm like sitting on like a portable toilet at a building site and I have my pants around my ankles and a spider appears somewhere within half an arm's length away, I'm less keen on that spider than I am if he was across the room.
Yeah, the test of like a childhood moment was going to like school camp and you go they had like the shitty toilets by the camps or whatever, and you walk in, you sit down, and you look up. And the ceiling is just riddled with spiders.
Oh, yeah.
And as a child, it's a test of, are you too scared and do you leave and pee in the bush? Or do you just man up and you just keep pissing and just keep an eye for any spiders?
The trick is in the bush where you're peeing and there's more spiders, you just can't see them. I'm a big proponent of, because I'm not afraid of a spider guy. So I'm a big proponent of picking the spider up and then throwing it at the person
nice.
That is mostly scared of spiders. The thought of that approached my sense when you were stabbing at it, William. But I thought, we're friends. I like to think we're good friends. But I don't know if that is past the limit with you. If I threw a spider at you, is that too much?
Yes, that would be too much.
Like I've got plenty of friends where I'm like, if it was like Connor or something, if I threw the spider, I'd be like, the friendship will survive.
Why would you throw a spider?
Because your fear of that spider outweighs my fear of getting bitten by the spider while throwing it. Is what I'm saying.
That being said, we are in Australia, you're just conditioned to, hey, redback spiders, don't fuck with them.
Yeah. But we definitely talked about it before. But like, if a spider is walking towards me, I'm far less concerned than if it was a cockroach walking towards me. I'm going to stomp that little bitch.
Yeah, one is gross.
A flying cockroach.
Yeah, at the Revo gym, there was a large huntsman, like quite a large huntsman, and there was a guy. You quite often at the gym they'll have like a broom pole they use for stretching out.
Yep.
One of the guys was using a broom pole to like trying to stab. Pretty much the exact same process you were doing, William, with also a same effect. Like he missed it every single time.
I want to try dropping a 20-kilo plate on the spider.
Well, to me, honestly, it's all about the lack of surface area of the equipment the guy was using to kill it. Because the end of a broom pole is like a little nub, right?
Yeah,
and he's stabbing at it. You're completely surrounded by weights that have giant flat surfaces. So I'm not sure what he was doing. But he was freaking out. And then his mate was kind of getting close to, the good girl, bad girl machines where you split your legs open and close. And it was walking towards those. And I think he was trying to kill the spider before it got close to those where the girls were that had pointed out the spider, trying to be a heroic looking man, but he wasn't because he was freaking out and kind of like doing that thing where he jumped around on his tippy toes as he got closer to him. So
I love that the spider just kept dodging him.
Yeah,
in my imagery, it's
I would say less
spider's
that the
outsmart.
spider was dodging him and more that the guy had literally zero ability to hit a target. You know what I mean? Anyway, the guy keeps doing it, and I just walked over and I stood on it. And the huntsman was big enough that his legs curled up around the outside of my shoe. So it was a big. It was
that's
a
a big old spider.
It was a big huntsman, but at the same time, fine, smushed him into the ground. But then it also proved the lack of cleaning that happened to their rivers because that spider was there like 3 days later.
Yeah, which river was it?
The one in Wanneroo, one in Banksy Grove.
Oh, okay.
So talking about
I don't get that one. We're good.
accuracy, right? So I was in a firing range with a couple of friends, and they're like licensed gun holders, not in Australia, but in Malaysia. So they're like bodyguards and stuff. So I get to also fire some rounds with their Glock.
William had an armed escort.
Right. So the target, it's probably right there, the wall.
It's close. We're talking
Very close.
For the people listening who can't see the wall that he's pointing at,
like 2 meters.
It's
2
pretty
meters
close.
max. Yeah.
So I was holding the gun.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
All
sure you
in
can close your
stats,
eyes
right?
and not miss 2 meters ahead of you.
At this gun range, is the Glock in a rail where you can't point it in
No,
another
you
direction?
can hold it. You can hold
So
it.
you're
It's
just
pretty
holding
much-
the gun
Yeah,
over.
holding the gun. It's a proper like shooting range. There's a paper target right in front.
Yeah.
All you have to do is just hit the target or anywhere in the target.
2 meters.
Don't have to be hitting headshots or whatever.
Sure.
And I fired a gun and it didn't hit shit. at that close range, I was like, damn.
William, 2 meters, you don't even have to aim. You just
Yeah.
kind of hold it in front of you.
What were you doing wrong?
It's a 2
I
meter
don't know.
target.
They
William.
didn't give you any advice on
so
how to
if
hold it better?
someone firing a gun in the movies and not hitting it, I understand.
Okay, that's real.
At that point, all the Star Wars movies made sense to me.
Okay.
I get you, bro. I get you.
I mean,
it's legit.
the whole like movies depict, like guns, bullets flying around. That's
Well, have you fired a gun
realistic.
before?
I have fired a gun before.
Okay.
Like realistic, like especially with a handgun, which only has a limited number of rounds, it is a quantity over quality thing. Like in most common situations, you are just trying to get in the general area saturated with the bullets, and that will eventually hit a target.
Try to saturate that human body with the
Yeah.
bullets.
And then, like,
So misses are real. Even like
yeah.
like you'll see
and
videos
also
of police.
shells hitting you. It's hot.
Sure.
That's why.
That's the dangerous part.
The hot shells are hitting me. He's like, oh.
It's hot. Like when after the recoil, everything that back shell pops out, right, and goes hit your arm. It's like, oh shit! And then you're holding the gun too.
I guess because especially with the gun, your nerves are up as well, right? You're more alert. So if a hot shell falls on you, you're like, oh, what's that?
Yeah, true.
So
You're maybe not used to it. And I guess like military guys are wearing like quite like a thick, heavy Cavalier like clothing, so like you don't feel it through it as much.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
I watch
Missing is real.
plenty of like police body cam footages where it's as many as the times where they hit directly at the guy and they fall flat. You get a lot of times where like the dude dodges a little bit and just clips the arm and the guy gets away. It happens. It happens. So like aiming is harder than it seems.
No Navy SEALs would be willing.
So when you do the Counter Strike, going the strafe left and right is real.
I feel like I'm the kind of guy who would strafe directly over the bullets. Right?
A moving target is better than a non-moving target, right?
I did see a pretty cool setup where they had you kind of like virtual golf, I guess, and you hit the ball and it hits somewhere on the screen in front of you, and it kind of tells you how far the distance is going to go. They did the same thing, and it was like targets flying across the screen, and they were shooting had bow and arrows, and the arrows were hitting, and it like gave you a target, and then how close by percentage in millimeters you were to the actual ball as it went across the screen, and you could increase the size of the target or decrease and things. And the kid doing it was like a 9-year-old kid, and he was like, he wasn't hitting the target, but he was incredibly close for the thing flying across. And obviously, it feels like something like a really cool business that you could set up, but it's in the same way as a gun range. Is like, how do you make sure that everybody, like the insurance would be so high because you've got to hope that the person who's firing the bow and arrow doesn't turn around and accidentally shoot their mate in the leg or something, you know?
I guess if you're firing a bow and arrow onto a screen, that arrow is blunt.
No, because everyone that goes onto range has to sign a what do they call it?
Like an NDA. No, not an NDA.
Like a waiver.
Like a waiver.
Yeah, waiver release,
Yeah, you have
yeah.
to sign a liability waiver.
I think what it was is the screen was projected onto a large surface.
Oh, right,
and then
right.
the large surface was like a porous, like foamy kind of surface. So
Is this like the axe throwing thing?
yeah, it's very
It
similar.
actually sounds pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I always really liked the idea. I think we've talked about it like before. It's like I've always liked the idea of going down to Margaret River and buying like a really big farmstead and then setting up kind of a stay away for like bucks parties and like work things where you stay the night and you do like manly activity. So instead of like saying for a bucks night where you not that I have a problem with strippers, but like you have like go on a big boozer and you get strippers and you just hold your bucks thing. Imagine like you go to like a farm stay with like your like 10 like groomsmen or whatever it is, and you do like a blacksmithing course, and then you do like an axe throwing thing or whatever. And I really like the idea of having crossbows, but I'd have to be like on a gun rail where the crossbow is kind of like in a shackle, so they can only face directly forward, because obviously it's an incredibly dangerous weapon.
Yep.
And then you have you do like a firing range, but of like crossbows, you know what I mean? And you can have like different targets and things. And like, you kind of set that up. But I really like the idea of you doing these different activities throughout the day. And like there might be like fishing locally or whatever, and you do these like you pick from like 4 or 5 activities for the couple of days, and then you retire at the end of the night. And they say like permanent campsites set up. And in my mind, I'm thinking very much like the Robin Hood kind of like campsite, where it's like a fire directly in the middle, and then you have tents around it, and you just sit around having like dinner and like drinks with your mates for the night.
That's a good time.
Yeah,
Seems like a fake fire to me.
It's like something out of a movie.
It's total fire band.
You guys ever shot a bow? I've never actually shot a bow before.
Yeah, I did bow and arrow stuff with high school. At direct.
Normal bow, very hard. Composite bow, easy.
Yeah, they had
the technology, right? Takes a lot of
because normal bow is like you need to have
fewer draw strength.
Really have lots of draw strength. Like composite bow, like the bow does it for you.
It does a lot of work.
Yeah, because it's all the hinges that reduces all the.
The old long bowmen had like really deformed arms because they were just like shooting bows all the time.
Yeah, their arms and their legs and their shoulder blades and stuff like that.
Yeah, they had like massive lats and huge.
It's like when they dig the bodies up in England, and they can find which ones are bowmen and which ones weren't based on their body shapes. But a lot of the horsemen were the same thing. Their legs were bowed around the horse because they were doing it for so long. But the classic manly thing of like you watch an action flick, you want to shoot a bow, you want to know how to swing a sword, and you want to know how to ride a horse. And in your mind, it's like all threes combined make you Aragorn. Yes, very true. My mate he used to go, he had a license to, he's a guy I used to work with, he had a license to clear foxes and cats from farmsteads, and he would do it with a bow and a crossbow.
Damn, that'd be cool.
Was there a reason why he didn't use a gun?
He just liked the idea of doing it. He was a big Skyrim fan. So he would go, and I went with him twice. One time we didn't even see anything. The second time he was pretty good. I just was not very good at it. I don't think he was like great at it, but I just think he liked being out there like chomping through the bush like with his crossbow and like firing at things.
I have a limited knowledge.
Like Joe Rogan right now.
I don't really know anything about hunting, but supposedly the bow makes for a cleaner kill. Like it actually is like more humane on the animal.
Absolutely, yeah. The crossbow definitely was. He was only allowed. I think the rules was he's only allowed to fire it at certain sized animals. Like you can't hit roos with it. You're not allowed to hit kangaroos, but you are allowed to hit like foxes and cats because they're smaller. So the puncture of like the bolt from the bolt thrower is
that instant kill.
Yeah, it's far more likely to kill it straight away. Whereas if you hit like a kangaroo, a much larger muscular animal, the bolt will just lodge in itself and then slowly like fester and
kill it slowly.
Well, yeah, confident it would survive the actual wound for the most part, unless you got it like in a good spot, like the head or the heart. But it would just stay there, and then it would just get infected, and the thing would like die from sepsis over the course.
Yeah, I did watch. I do know that in Australia, camels are a problem. They're an invasive species, right? So there will be people whose job is to go out and shoot the camels, but and state to state the laws are different. I think this was applying to WA, but WA had some laws around like the caliber of bullet you're allowed to use.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
And he was complaining that the caliber of bullet he was allowed to use was just not sufficient in killing the camels. Because he would have to shoot the camels, and the camels would run away, go down, and then he would have to execute the camels.
Yeah, they got to try and find it. Yeah.
And then it was like he was talking about like just if I was allowed a larger round, I could actually just deal with these camels. But now I'm causing more pain to the camels, and I still have to hunt them and track them down.
Yeah, you know I know in Sydney at least, because I've seen videos of it, they put a chain gun in a helicopter and they just mow them down with a chain gun out of a helicopter.
That's the
fucking crazy.
That's if you kill 17 camels, you unlock the kill streak.
Because the horses are also the same problem.
Wouldn't that be like a tourist thing? Like
I believe.
No, I don't think you want tourists going out in a chain gun shooting camels.
Nah, it's just like
I have heard that people can get away with that.
Do you want like crazy Joe to be like, hell yeah, I get to shoot camels with a chain gun? Or do you want like the dude who just jaded, his job is to shoot camels and he's over it, but he knows he has to do it because it's responsibility to deal with the camels?
With a chain gun, you got to use a chain gun.
Yeah, I think it was it appeared they're on like hard lock, so you can only move them like 3 or 4 degrees, and then it's the helicopter driver's job is to So it's to position you. So you're just basically firing directly. It basically fires directly sideways out of a.
I feel like the chain guns is brutal because like you're just mowing through things.
Well, it's because they're in giant, like, I don't know, we call them like
herds.
So you're just trying to get as many as you can at one time. Because as soon as they hear the helicopter, they bolt out of there. And you're trying to deal. Most of the time, it's in places where there's no way you can be able to drive.
When you kill that animal, the animal will just die there.
Yeah.
Things gotta eat it, dude. Nature takes its course.
I think it's mostly very deserty, and they just fucking disintegrate, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because there's not a lot besides ants. There's not a lot of other animals out there that's going to be eating the dead bodies. But the whole point is to like cull them in mass rather than them some like. Whatever.
The ants see the helicopter as a god that just comes down and grants them food.
And you grant them food forever. Well, a big part of it is that because none of our land of Australia has been around for tens of thousands of years without anything changing. Probably hundreds of thousands of years. We don't have any herd animals. So things like cows and sheep and horses and camels, because they've got hooves, they trample the ground, and our plants that are growing out of the ground and animals and things like that aren't used to being trampled. So if the process of like horses' hooves trampling new seedlings coming out of the ground, it makes things go extinct because they haven't evolved over thousands and thousands of years to think that that's coming. And like a herd animal, like a goat or a sheep, is far more efficient at clearing by like eating grass and things than our plants are used to. They're used to small animals doing small amounts of grazing, where these things come and graze basically all day long. So any new seedling that pops out of the ground, like pops out and then sees a fucking sheep mouth eat it straight away. And our fauna just isn't prepared for that.
Yeah,
whatsoever.
I have read that Australian flora is designed to grow slowly. So things just take a really long time to get to its size.
Yeah, so slowly and with more water, so that it's more fire and sun resistant. And then like there's rivers in Sydney where they've seen over the hundreds of years of tracking them have changed course because all the herds of animals come up to it and it's trampling. Like think about like as the herds come towards the water, they trample towards it with their hooves and it pushes sand into the river, which means the water slowly gets adjusted in time and the rivers actually change course. You see a lot in like in Egypt, it's the same kind of thing. How like the Nile River has changed by kilometers of distance from the recorded history from like ancient Egypt to where it is now. So it's like kilometers and kilometers off. But there, it's mostly because of the way the water flows. In a lot of other places, it's basically how the animals approach it and do it all the time. And in Australia, you can't really do that because the springs are in one place and the exit falls from another, and you can't really afford to go in other places. What causes like dead spots where the rivers used to flow, but now it ends completely. And so it's like, yeah, so they've got to kill those camels.
I get it. So speaking about water, have you heard of the theory that as we're bottling more and more water around the world, and there's so much of water is just kept in storage, in giant warehouses that need to be like where the water needs to be sold, and or like as people take water bottles and throw the water bottles out and not opening the lids, the water isn't re-entering circulation. So we're just rapidly like accelerating our like usage of fresh water.
Gross. That's a hell like a dystopian problem to have.
So like what happens is like, because you know how plastic takes forever to disintegrate. So like you just have en masse bottles of water thrown into landfills.
You know, like in James Bond, how they have like a doomsday plan. This is just someone's like very slow doomsday plan. I'll take their water one bottle at a time.
Yeah, the doomsday plan was
but the plastic will
along.
crack and then it will leak, right?
But now because the plastic is actually very like resistant to biodegrading. So
yeah, I know,
stay
but
there
it
for a long time.
will crack.
Supposedly over time. But
Yeah.
you know, you get the videos of like
It doesn't have to be decent. It doesn't have to be like.
Of course.
Like
but you ever see
composted,
videos
right?
of like plastic bottles that float up on shores, and like the plastic bottle was like 30 years old and it's still good to hold water?
Yeah.
You know?
If I have a bottle of water and I drop it outside on the concrete and that like evaporates, is that going back into the environment or is it not going back into the environment?
It's circulating back in one way.
Yeah. Evaporation go up to the sky, comes out rain.
Yeah, but is it making it? Is it making it? To the
Eventually,
sky?
yeah.
It just don't see it.
The
Yeah.
matter doesn't disappear.
What if I'm on the space station and I take water up there?
Then you're
Yeah, you're
sending it
taking
out
away
of the earth,
from
bro.
the ecosystem. Then
I wonder how many space stations of water until we have no water. Like, are we talking Warhammer 40,000 years?
it's just
ago?
like what
It's like a Mad Max.
Is it Newton who say that you can't create and destroy energy?
Yeah. You can only reform it, right?
Yeah, you can reform it.
and that applies to water?
Well, it's the same thing because water is
It's
elements, right?
It's more like you think about all the elements on Earth is a limited quantity, and
Yes.
it doesn't just disappear.
just circulate.
Guess so.
It can either get changed or it can just find its way back in. At
I
least
just feel like
that's what I believe.
if you drop water on dirt and then it makes its way into the earth.
That at least it feels like
Because it's
it feels like I'm returning it.
If water is
concrete is porous.
reducing,
Concrete is porous.
it's only because population is increasing, because water now goes into a human being, right?
Yeah.
So if the human being dies, then the water goes back.
Shit, we're just like the plastic bottles being stored in the warehouse.
It's like a Mad Max situation
Hey.
of I need to crack a cold one. You open
We need to
the
go
can.
on your story, Danny.
Oh yeah, Danny has a story to bring.
Have you guys ever heard of Grape Lady? Do you know what Grape Lady is?
What?
2008. What era do you reckon it was?
Yeah, I
Grape
reckon-
what?
Grape Lady.
You know the famous video of it was a lady doing like grape stomping for the wine, and she was on a little balcony, and she was televised because I think she was a newscaster, and on news she fell and hurt herself, and made like a noise, and it went viral.
I'm gonna play a video directly into the microphone. We'll see if it works.
Well, if Grape Topics aren't your thing, you can come and spend the day listening to live music, eating international foods.
Yeah, she's a
wine
newscaster.
tours and tastings, vineyard tours, seminars, arts and crafts. It's a lot of fun, a whole day. Stop.
If you're not aware of this, listeners, go to Grape Lady.
What the hell?
She fell out of the grape stomping basket and hurt herself.
So for anybody who's not aware of it, it's a video from it's got I think it's circulated in the late 2010s,
All right.
2008, right? But it's from much earlier. I think it's from an earlier a newscast, and it's a lady who's stomping grapes in a barrel, but for some reason they put the barrel on top of a platform, and because she slips on the grapes inside the barrel, she falls. But she falls essentially face first onto the ground, a good meter and a half down. And she's just lying on the ground going like, and I guess because
And it's all on news, and it didn't cut.
it's on live
They
news,
just
yeah.
kept it going.
They kept filming, right? And the whole thing is, I think because she's winded, I don't know if you've ever been winded, but all the air gets sucked out of you. So when you're trying to make a regular noise, there's not enough breath in you to complete the action. And you just go, it happens a lot with in Taekwondo fights and things like that, because you just get punched in the solar plexus or hit in the solar plexus, and your basically your lungs and your sternum can't retract enough to complete the action they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Right? But it's because you're in pain, kind of like when you stub your toe, you're like, oh, fuck. And it's like you're doing it reactively without intending to. So it's these two different things trying to fight against each other. Well, I had my own Grape Lady situation yesterday with our good friend Connor, friend of the podcast. So I was doing a pretty rough delivery over in Karrinyup yesterday, and I was delivering some tiles. And the site was really rough. I'd actually sent Wade earlier in the week to go do it, and he got there and he's like, oh man, this job site's not good. And I was like, send me some photos, we'll check it out.
Yeah, there was no flooring. The scaffolding was in the way.
Yeah, it was about probably 10, 15 meters through hot yellow sand. We're in the middle of summer here in Australia, so it's very hot. And the yellow sand they use for construction is, I don't know what it does. Whatever it is, it collects the heat and reflects it back to you. So quite often you get sunburns on your legs because it's reflecting the sun back at you. Anyway, the site was shit. In front of the garage there was a scaffolding, so you couldn't get through, and then you had to climb it up 10 stairs into the first part of the house. Normally, I would just say, don't do this job. It's shit. This is they can organize their own laborers. Let's not worry about it. The company came back to me and basically begged me to do it because there was some problem. They couldn't get out there, whatever. Wade goes, look, I'll go do one. I was like, you don't have to, man. Don't worry. He's like, no, I'll do it. He does one pallet, and he's like, no, this is fucked. And I was like, I knew that. I was like, this, don't worry about it. So I said I would go back and personally do it myself on the Saturday. No matter what, I've done some incredibly terrible jobs in my time. I've lugged tiles upstairs, down basements into multi-story buildings. It doesn't matter. I'll get it done. So I plan to go there on Saturday morning, and I do it. And I'm there, and Connor gives me a call, and he's like, hey, what are you up to? I was like, oh, I'm doing this job in Karrinyup. It's pretty shit, but whatever. He's like, I'll come help. I was like, no, don't help. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I'm just happy to slug it through.
He's being a good friend.
He's just been a good friend.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I'll come help. I was like, no, don't worry about it. And we do that good friend back and forth. Almost like when you're buying your mate a drink, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
pay. He's like, no, I'll pay. We just go back and forth.
Okay.
Eventually, I was like, whatever, I'll send you the address and you come. And he comes through, and I've got about a pallet and a half left of the tiles. And he picks up one, takes it in. And then the second one, he picks it up. And I'm in front of him, so I can't see what he's doing. And I just hear him going like, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh. And I thought he was pretending to make noises as if he's pretending to pick it up and it's heavy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But he keeps going like, and I turn around and he's lying, right? So we're in
Okay.
We're in the construction site, and there's other people there as well. The builders there.
So you
There's
don't
other-
see the moment it happens, but you definitely see what happens after.
Total. I only see the fallout, right? And I'm only 2 meters away from him. I just turn around, and he's lying directly on the ground, feet together like a mummy. He's got the square tile directly on his chest, and he's just like on the ground, face up, going like. And I look at him, and I like laugh straight away. I was like, what is going on? But the thing is, it's funny, he's got the tile directly on top of his chest, right? And it looks like, when Thor like uses the hammer to pin someone to the ground because it's too heavy. He's got this tile that's probably 30 kilos. And Connor's got to weigh like 80 kilos, 90 kilos, right? He's a big boy. And he's lying on the ground with a tile in front of him. Because he's making the noises and the tile's directly on his chest, it looks like he's pinned to the ground by this tile, which is instantly funny because there's no way that this size item should be able to pin this man. But that's how it looks. And he's just lying there. So I walk over and I pick up the tile off of him, and he's just still struggling to breathe. He's just making all of these noises, and I'm trying not to just laugh directly at him because all I can think of straight away is grape lady. Like it's just I'm like, you're grape ladying. He's like,
is Connor okay?
Well,
he's like, what does that mean? Anyway, so like I look at him, and his feet are all tied together, and there's these plastic straps that go around the pallets to stop the tires from falling off.
Oh,
and
he's tripped.
He's tripped, right? But what he's managed to do is, like...
He managed to save the tiles.
So, like the figure 8 that police will use with zip ties to handcuff your hands?
Yeah.
It's got just like a regular infinity sign of figure 8. Around his feet, other straps have managed to figure 8 around his legs. So I think he's put his foot in the loop, and then as he's fallen, he's spun, which has caused it to wrap further around his legs. And I said to him, I was like, I've been doing this 15 years, brother. I have never seen anything like this. This is the most insane shit. And he's lying there, so I untangle his feet, and he puts out his other hand to pull his hand up. But one of his hands is instantly swollen. Like it's huge. And what he's done is, because the tiles are square, so you hold it almost like in a diamond shape with one hand on each corner, because it kind of makes a natural like handhold. Right?
Yeah.
And as he's fallen, he said he didn't want to drop the tiles, which is the wrong move. You drop the tiles. You throw the tiles. There's no way one box of tiles is worth your self-injury, right? And he's trying to catch it, but what it's done is it's the corner of the tile is dug into the palm of his hand as it hit the ground. We're very lucky that it was sand and not like concrete.
Yeah, some give.
It would have just been like, there's no give.
Yeah.
But with the sand there is. But it is still a lot of pressure going down onto the hand. And so he stacked it, and his hand's swollen up, and I'm like, oh, do you want to like take you to the hospital? He's like, no. So he goes and gets some water, and I was like, all right, give me a bit of time. I'll finish up what we're doing. And but we're kind of like standing there talking, and I was like, because I'm still trying not to laugh, and I was like, have you ever heard of Grape Lady? And he's like, no, and he's in severe pain, and we're watching the Grape Lady video that I just showed you.
Incredible.
And he's like, he's laughing, and I'm laughing, but he's like,
Did he fall straight backwards?
He fell straight backwards on his back.
My goodness.
And I think that's the problem, is because he fell straight backwards on his back, and his hands were both occupied by the thing he's holding.
Yeah.
He just like I don't know how to explain it. Like, when someone gets stunned in like a movie or a video game, and they just flop straight back.
Yeah.
So he's hit on his back, which is just he's
He had a
winded
2-second, just had to collect himself.
Yeah.
He had to figure out
He's
what was going on.
fully winded himself because his back has hit the floor like a smack. But then the tiles are directly from top as well, so he's got sandwiched on the floor between the floor and the tiles, and it just punched all the wind out of him, which is why he was making the ridiculous noises, right? And there's a builder and like other guys just standing there looking at us like, what is fucking going on? So when he goes over there, I finish doing the tiles, and what do you call it? We go up to the Karen Shoppers Candy, because it's literally just across the road, and I take him up there, get him some lunch and some drinks. I was like, you want me to drive you to the hospital? He's like, no, I'll do it myself. So he spent the afternoon in the emergency ward, and he's got cracks in like all the bones.
Oh my God.
Shit! So it actually hit pretty hard, huh?
It is. The thing is, though, the bones that lead from your wrist to your fingers are very thin, so they can be damaged very easily.
Gotcha.
So the fact that they're only cracked means that they will naturally heal themselves, and it's not too bad because they're not broken.
See,
All right.
can you
Just
do
gotta
like
keep it-
box and stuff?
He probably won't be able to do boxing, though.
He's got to keep it chill for a bit. It's kind of
A good 3 to 5 weeks, they reckon.
Oh my goodness.
It's just pretty unfortunate. And we joked. He mentioned it, like he joked about it. He came to help me, and all he did was cost us another like 45 minutes. Because he delivered one set of tiles and then I was just back to doing it myself.
The imagery of him pinned between the earth and a tile is very funny to me.
Yeah. And like, we were going to come to draft last night, but in the end, I was like, I'd done 3 deliveries before then as well, and then carried tiles for 2 hours in the sun. So I was like a little like sunstrokey, and I was going to call and bail on him, and I'd be like, obviously, man, I'm not really in it right now. I think I just want to watch the footy and go to sleep. And he called me 5 minutes before, being like, hey, I don't know if I'm really up for drafting right now. And I was like, yes, he bailed before I had to. So that's the it's a poor kid. All he did was try to help and completely injure himself and look like a fucking idiot. So anyway, hopes and prayers out there to Connor.
Yeah, shout out to Connor, dude.
Oh my God.
Have you ever injured
His
yourself?
score so far is delivering 1 tile.
Have you ever injured yourself, or you've tried to help someone and you've made the situation worse? Can you think of a time where you've rocked up and you've tried to like help someone and the situation's now got worse? I have another example with Connor, right?
Yeah.
He helped me change Kelly's radiator once in the car, but in the process speared the radiator with a bolt, and then we had to replace like
What?
Yeah.
What?
So it ended up leaking all of the fluid from.
Was he trying to get a spider? What happened?
Connor's very handy, right? He's very good at like handyman stuff, and some things it's hard to tell because he often has maybe what I would call like overconfidence in what the abilities he can and can't do.
As every guy does, you know what I mean? Like we all want to think that we can do
I
everything.
like to underconfidence myself. So for example, like I've only ever had my tires changed, even though I know how to change a tire. I've only ever called RAC to change the tire because if something should go wrong, right? Theoretically,
you want a pro to do it. You
the
want to be like,
falls off.
You know,
I need it to not be my fault. If I'm driving down the freeway and my left front tire,
you
falls
suddenly
off,
go 3 wheels.
Yeah. I desperately need that to be not my fault. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'll always have the insurance of like, oh, I've got a receipt now that someone else did this work, not me.
Yeah.
So Connor was very
To
confident.
be fair though, I think truthfully, that's probably the responsible action.
I feel like
Right.
yeah.
Sometimes it's okay to be like, I'm just gonna let a pro do it and let him figure it out and like at least have an assurance that it wasn't me that fucked it up.
It's why I'm always worried about cashies. You know what I mean? Like you had a trader do a cashier job, like because if you do a cashier, there's no recourse if they fuck it up. So like Connor comes through, changes Kelly's radiator, or like I think he either re-gassed or re-watered the radiator or whatever. But as he was reinstalling it, he speared it onto a bolt or something on the inside, and then it just leaked all the stuff all the way inside the car. So in the end, that whole thing had to get replaced, and it's like you can't be mad at him because
you gave it a crack.
Yeah, gave it a crack. It just cost like 10 times the amount of money by the end of it.
You a handyman, William?
Nope.
Around the home, do you?
Hell no.
No.
I've decided that I could work on something else to make the money to pay the handyman.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's my, I guess, approach as well.
I ain't gonna be the guy who's like trying to save everything and
Just get someone that knows what they're doing to do it.
yeah.
Oh, you know how you got those little flat pack homes for your office?
Yeah.
Where you are? I've never actually been inside those like mini homes before, like those granny flats. And then like, one of my mates got a little granny flat, and I went to go visit him, and it's just straight built out in the backyard of his pops. And then I walked into it, and it's like, oh, this is not too bad.
Yeah.
This is like a little mini home. It's all like air conditioned. All the amenities are there.
They've definitely
ready
come a
to
long
go.
way, and I don't know if you saw that just literally last week, the West Australian government came out and has started giving subsidies towards those little homes.
Oh, so they're encouraging.
Not only subsidies,
more space efficient
also
living, right?
approvals.
Oh yes, they've waived
Waive it until 70 square meters.
Yeah. So because they know that their housing situation in this country is so incredibly bad, they're like, hey, just
build
destroy your
homes.
yard and put up tiny little houses.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I walked into it, and it's no different than having just a little bit of an apartment, but instead of being on the 4th floor, you're on the ground floor.
It's on the ground floor. Yeah.
The that being said, though, because of I don't know what the wall's built out of. You can't really put that much insulation. It's not like brick, and it's not like a ceiling with insulation.
The insulation, to be honest, is really good.
Is it good?
It's good.
Apparently, it's what refrigerator
Yes,
paneling.
it's a 50 mil.
Gotcha. 'Cause in my
refrigerant
mind,
panels,
like, you know, especially in Australia where houses are built out of brick, right? The brick is a natural insulator. It's a lot of the heat.
Correct, yeah.
So
Well, the classic Australian way was the double brick, so that you had even more like gap in between, which stops the thing. Because that's like, I don't know if you like a roof works, right? You have a cavity up there,
Yeah.
and this is why in Australia we don't really have attics, is because that the whole point of that is to collect the heat in that pocket, so that it doesn't transition down to the next level.
Yeah.
And that's why when we moved William's attic thing before, it was a crazy sweat box because it's designed that way for the heat to collect there.
So a lot of nowadays technology helps where you put like solar woolly birds on top.
So
to
not too
suck
bad,
out the
huh?
air.
So you're able to you're able to do all your work in the little office.
Yeah, it's like going to work.
Man, maybe that
Do you get like a briefcase and put your suit on and you say goodbye to the kids for the day?
you walk in.
I
take
do
the
have
suit
a
off.
walkie-talkie like from
That's
the main house.
incredible,
Yeah.
dude. That's incredible. I like that you can walkie-talkie to be like, "Yo, can I get some juice?"
I feel like you're close enough there. You could just get a can with a string on it, right?
That's incredible.
It's a staircase down.
What
so
you do is you get multiple of those, and every time you have to talk to your co-workers, you just have a little can on the string.
I feel like a walkie-talkie, but in the shape of a can with a string on it.
Yeah,
is,
but
the only issue I had is there's no toilet in the office area.
just trade it, mate. Or you should get yourself a blue porta potty.
Oh, it'll stink up the whole area. Though.
Yeah, but it really matched the fit out that you've got going on.
I don't know. It's just, yeah. So good for having the approval. So you can have a backyard house.
Yeah, I get it now, right? I get it why it's so common in the WA now because it is very much livable. Obviously, it's not as great as having your own home, but for the average person, especially,
But
if you're
at
young,
least because
it's
I
very
think they
livable.
also know like a lot of the old houses have bigger lands.
Yeah, big
and
backyards.
They're not using the land. Might as well like.
Well, I think it's the. I feel like it shows the state of the situation in there because what they're essentially saying is they're going to increase the density of every suburb by a significant amount by just filling up everybody's yards with these tiny houses. But like if every one of those people needs a car, the streets become far more busy.
Right.
The amenities start to get used more.
True.
It's like all these things, and it's like, is that really the situation we want to be going in, where even in our outer suburbs, you've got super high density apartment level amounts of people?
I don't think it's increasing of density. It's probably like, hey, my kids are 18 now. They want their own place. We'll get them like a mini home at the back.
I guess so.
How detachable are those homes? Let's say like you don't need it anymore. Can you just
You can just pick it up and drive away with it, yeah.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
You can. It depends on like the granny flat style you're going for. There's ones where you put a concrete footing in and you build a house on top of it, and it's far less movable, but you could probably still deconstruct it. And then there's ones you can literally just pick up with a crane and drive around.
Oh, dude, I love the heist.
Have you
the
seen
great
the-
heist of you know someone that owns a crane, you go around just picking up people's homes and stealing them.
I hate the Bunnings. It's a well documented fact of hating the Bunnings. But Bunnings has coupled with another company where it comes pre-constructed in a sea container, and they just pull it out of the sea container and it's ready to go. And it's like that's their
The
version
sea
of that.
container home is the final dystopia, right? Like the little bit of like.
Well,
in
some
your
people
brain.
build them out of sea containers. This one looks like an oval kind of box. You know the motor mall guys that have those where the car is inside it. It has the
It's basically a big old shipping
plexiglass.
container with a window.
It looks a little bit like that, where like one whole side is glass, and I think you press the button where the glass like darkens itself, and then the rest of it is like you get a bathroom and a main bedroom and like a little bit of an office. or
Yeah,
whatever.
it is just like it's easier.
Because you guys have families, But as a single guy, I sometimes think about it. All I really do need is just a bedroom and a bathroom.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
A friend of mine lives.
Where are you
in
gonna
one
put
of
all
those-
your board games though?
That's what the second shipping container's for.
That is what the shipping containers for you. Like a friend of mine lives in one of those rooms that's above a garage, and it's like a self-contained unit, and it's literally just a bedroom, a bathroom, and a tiny like little lounge room thing. And as a single guy, it seems a little like povo, but it's just so much less to maintain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just so
Yes.
significantly less to maintain.
I agree.
A mate of mine recently got an apartment at some complex near Ascot, around that area. And he was talking about, obviously, he got it for himself because he actually wants a place to live. But he was talking to people, his neighbors, and a bunch of his neighbors were just buying apartment blocks to rent out. And apparently they were like, you can, in that space there, they were going to rent it out for $1,000 a week.
$1,000 a week.
1,000.
Because it was like so close to the city. It's like,
Yeah,
it's like city living.
Ascot is like quite a nice area that is also close to the city. So you still have like trees and parks and water, and it feels like a bit more.
Yeah, it's
upscale.
crazy.
But $1,000 a week is wild.
Might be hyperbole, right? Might be a little bit of exaggeration. But in my mind, there are people that are willing to spend for that lifestyle.
Yeah, so like at the moment we're paying $650 for the house that I'm in, and for rent, and it's a split between two people, and that to me seems like a lot of money for what we're technically getting. Like it's nice enough and it's new enough, it's clean, but it's very small. There's not a lot of anything going on there. You know what I mean? And I get it as if this can help curb some of the housing problem and the price for the renting, but I don't think it does. Like these tiny houses.
But also,
all it
it's
does
an
is,
apartment, right? It's not a home.
it feels like a Band-Aid. Yeah, it feels like a Band-Aid. I don't know. Is an apartment much different to a home, realistically?
It's less convenient than a home, right?
Strata.
Yeah.
Because of the lift. Like,
Let's say you gotta
recently I
move
went to
things
Melbourne for One Piece Nets. And I went to my friend's apartment, like, to play some games. And then we came down for, like, dinner at, like, 7 p.m. And when we just came down to the ground floor, there's, like, a long queue to go up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Everyone's waiting. Is it just one elevator or something?
It's like multiple, but because it's an apartment, like a big apartment in Melbourne, right?
Yeah.
You just have to queue up. Like there's a queue to go up. Everyone has like the dogs and stuff. Like just
hang out.
a long
Imagine you have to
queue.
move some furniture around as well. It's like this. It's like those scenes from the sitcoms. Like
It's just crazy
Seinfeld.
though. Like, yeah, I mean, once you
it's
go
like
up,
peak time of the gym. You got peak time of the elevator.
it's like once you go up, it's fine. But once you go down, it's like it's crazy.
Yeah,
like, I can't imagine that though.
Your food gets cold waiting to go back up again.
No, it's just too much. I can't live in an apartment life.
Would you see a lot of guys with Uber Eats? Like a lot of Uber Eats delivery guys?
No, Uber Eats usually what they do is they drop off at the bottom. Like there's a table where you drop off all the food.
And you just gotta hope that someone doesn't steal your dinner.
Yeah, I saw like the apartment I was staying on. Like people have their HelloFresh. You know HelloFresh, right? They have their HelloFresh boxes down there. I just left the whole day.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, I saw it like, damn, it's gonna be like all the food will be spoiled. It was like since morning though.
You know, when I used to live with Lucas at his mum's house, we used to try to get HelloFresh there, and they deliver it in a box with like an insulated like ice pack in there.
Yeah.
And because of the way that our house was facing, it was just in the sun the whole day. So they would deliver it in the morning, and by the time we'd come back in the afternoon, even the food on the inside was like all dried out and like shriveled up. Like it was too hot for even the insulation didn't survive.
Wouldn't like the chicken and all be spoiled?
Oh yeah,
and stuff?
we had to stop it because there was nowhere they could leave it that wasn't in the sun, or not that they would follow the instructions to anyway. Just it didn't. It was just the way.
And they always drop off like 5 a.m. in the morning. It's crazy.
I think the idea was that they were supposed to drop off before we wake up, but she was working at the airport and I was working on the truck, so we were both leaving at like 3-4 in the morning.
Did it end up being cheaper than just getting?
It's not
takeaway?
cheaper. Okay, it's real convenience.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to think what you want to eat.
Because it is also cooked. It is also like
It's just tell you how
not
to cook
cooked
and
food,
stuff.
But it
Like,
is all set ready for you.
Yeah,
to
but
make
it's not
food, right.
If it's on a full price, it's not really cheap.
I think for us, it worked out cheaper, but it's only because we're stupid.
Right.
Because when we would normally try and buy food, we weren't very like good at it, so we would overbuy some stuff
Yeah,
and
but
it would
that's
go
pretty
off,
common,
and
though.
then I think it was far less wasteful. So in the end, it ended up being cheap.
It's less wasteful.
It's super common of like yourself, or maybe like at most there's 2 people in your household where you buy food and you have to throw some food out because it's just you're not going to get through it in time.
I think if we had a more educated like cooking family though, you would like I know like some
Leftovers and stuff.
Yeah, like some families would be better, like, you know, parents would be way better at like cooking the right amount of food or stuff that you can use, or not buying products to cook food and then never using it, having to throw it out anyway. You know what I mean?
You know, someone who's like planning to move out this year, in my mind, it's going to be a lot of like frozen veggies, rice, leftover rice, and just like a lot of like chicken. You know what I mean?
Nah, it's going to be a lot of eating out. That's what's going to happen.
Probably.
If I'm you, I would just go for like the pre-packed meals. You know?
Yeah.
That would be
Start
the
easy.
easiest. Start easy.
I'll go
Because in my mind, I don't want to spend more than 5 minutes making dinner. So I can just microwave that bad boy.
Yeah.
You're not being like, you're okay with like the fact that you still live with other people. Are they cooking most of your meals?
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing is, though, I'm out of the home most of the time, so it is mostly takeaway food.
Yeah, okay.
But at home, it's like at home, realistically, I don't need to eat.
So
food.
who are your roommates? Your housemates? Sorry.
For a while, it's going to be myself.
Oh damn.
I'll probably figure it out myself for a while. So
He could sit on the couch in his underpants and watch TV.
yes, that's peak living, man. That's peak living.
It's funny. It's like I've always loved living with housemates, and that's what I'm doing at the moment. And it's nice because you have someone to talk to, someone there. But there's for good periods of time, there's nothing like walking home and you just sit in your house by yourself, and it's just quiet. And you're like, I think being in retail and like sales and dealing with people all day, it's like can be amazing, but it's also can be very draining on the senses,
On the soul.
The social battery. Yeah.
And now you've got children, William, and you're theoretically you won't have that for a long time. Does your wife ever take the kids on holiday and leave you behind, and you just get the house?
I'm good because when I'm home
goes to his
working, I'm
office.
alone.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be like 11 o'clock at night.
And I
And
just
he'd be like,
picked
sorry,
up
I
from
gotta go to
school.
work. He just needs some quiet. You peek through the window.
And they
William's
go
got
to
his pants
school.
off. He's on his office chair eating dinner.
School runs. So you got like the whole afternoon to yourself, pretty much.
Do you participate much in your like children's extracurricular? Like, what do your kids do for
What do they want to do?
outside of school?
They like swimming, so just
Do you go with them swimming as well?
Oh, my wife does.
Let's say like they played an instrument. Do you also participate? Do
They
play
like,
sports?
they pick it. They pick the instrument they want.
Do they play sports?
Just swimming.
Okay, gotcha.
So it's just swimming and instruments, whatever they want.
Just embracing the Australianism on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's under the shade, no sun.
Did you ever do like the one at the beach, like surf life saving? Did you do
Nope.
that?
Nah, I
don't like the sun.
I went through the whole the school curriculum teaches you swimming so you can survive, but we never went to the beach. So
Asian Haze Beach.
the beach. I always describe the beach as in your mind. It sounds like something great fun. You know, it's a hot day. You go to the beach. It's nice and cool. There's a breeze. Some cold drinks and hang out by the sunset. But the beaches, you get there. There's sand everywhere. The seawater tastes horrible. These smells of rotting seaweed.
Yeah.
There's too many people on a hot day, and also like
Yeah,
you go
skin
home
sticky.
sunburnt.
Like WA is always touted as having like some of the best beaches in the world, right? And I think it doesn't have the best beaches, but overall, almost every beach is like
Yeah.
is a good 9 out of 10.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
But the problem is we are sidelined onto an actual ocean, like only like half a kilometer out from the land, it drops away into the like actual ocean. So it's super windy, very salty, a lot of animals in there, and it's like it's very the water around us is very aggressive. So it's like if you go to like Italy and certain places in like Turkey, and you have these like crystalline waters where it's clear and it's calm. You can see the bottom.
Like by Cove,
but,
yeah.
You know, you get that vision of like the sun hitting the water and reflecting off in like refracting off in different ways. And that I think that's what people think when you be like, oh, I'm so hot, I'm gonna dip my toes into this like beautiful water. In Australia, you're just getting slammed by waves
Yeah,
all the time.
yeah,
you know?
100%.
And you're like, got to make sure there's no sharks or anything.
And also, it's the truth is, you actually don't want to go to the beach on a really hot day. You want to go on a nice, okay,
you just get
warm
scolded
day.
by the by
Yeah.
the sand and everything in
Correct.
between.
Because if the wind really picks up as well, you're just getting blasted by sand.
Did you see that in Queensland they had 4 shark sightings in 3 days, so they just shut every beach down?
No more
Well, I
beaches.
think it was Sydney. It was Sydney.
No more beaches.
4 shark sightings within 100 meters of the beach, so they just shut every.
Yeah, it was crazy. You
Every
got, like,
personal beach
You got
down.
phone footage of dudes on the jetty being like, oh yeah, look at that shark over there.
Holy
Because the
shit.
sharks
Yeah.
are coming more and more close to inland to find like
Yeah.
anything. Food, really.
That food could be you.
Like food could be Surfer Joe.
That's crazy.
You know when as a kid you read books and they're like, oh, the shark doesn't actually want to eat you. It's just trying you out because you look like a seal and you probably taste bad to the shark. In my mind, I'm like, no. If the shark is hungry, it will be like,
It definitely
edible.
doesn't want to eat you. The problem is it is going to try you. That's
Yeah.
the problem. It's
It
like
was-
the trying is the problem.
And if it's hungry, it'll still eat you.
No, I think they don't. I think they can taste that the minerals in us that they are.
They're like, ugh, gross.
yeah.
What is
basically.
guy eating McDonald's?
But at that point, you've lost your arms and your legs, so it's you're no good.
The shark bites into you, microplastics.
Yeah, that would actually is very funny. Sorry, this hippie doesn't go on my dietary fiber.
So if a shark, okay, like what is human meat to shark? Like
The equivalent?
a meat to us? Like what kind of?
We might be like bugs to the shark, right?
True.
True, yeah. I think it's the equivalent of like the shark bites the human body, and whatever the taste is, it's unfamiliar enough to it that it says, "Oh, I shouldn't be eating this."
Yeah,
Almost
this is
like
not something I
you know when
normally
you eat chicken, it's like a little funky, and you're like, I don't know if I should be doing this. You know what I mean?
But if you're really hungry, you'll still go through, right? Just like the funky chicken.
yeah, and then you just get the poop.
And you get the
for
food
days.
poisoning. Where does the shark fit on the spooky scale, like 1 to 10.
On the spooky scale?
Yeah, like if you were...
Is it like a spider? Like if you walk into the room and there's a shark across the room from you?
Yeah, if you open the door and there's a shark on the side of the room, how scared are you?
How scared are you? Are we in head water that's head height, or is it just easy just on the ground?
Would you be less or more scared if it's flopping around?
Probably more, I guess, because it can still flop and get you.
Yeah.
Like I've seen guys
in water. If I'm in the water with a shark, like if 1 is like peak scary and 10 is not scary at all, that shark is up there in like a 2 or 1. You know, I don't want to be in the water with a shark coming at me at all. That's like I'm not in my
Wait, so
familiar
1
element.
is the most scariest?
Yeah.
Why are you using
that's a
1
10.
why are you using 1 as the top end of the
I'm
scale?
thinking of it as like a tier list. Like 1 is S tier.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Confusing, but I'm
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll go back. We'll go to
like
your
10.
scale. We'll go to your scale. 1 is least.
No, sorry,
10 is highest.
our scale or the like conventional,
General scale.
conventional use of scale.
A shark would be a 9 or 10 if you're
Yeah.
in the water with a shark, because you can't, as a human being, we're not supposed to be.
Yeah, I feel like 10 is orca and then shark is 1
Yeah,
underneath
100%.
it. Because
10 is orca because you know the orca wants to kill you.
Yes, I think that's the thing. Is like sharks, like plenty of people, you can swim with sharks. It's a whole thing you can do.
Yeah.
Whereas like the orcas, like will just play with the things they're not even going to try to eat. They just fuck them up. For the
Yeah,
sake
but
of it.
the swimming with sharks thing is you're hanging out with the peaceful sharks. It's supposed to be like the calm ones, the nurse sharks, whatever.
Has
by
an
the- by the
orca like
coral
killed
reefs.
human before?
Yeah, plenty.
I believe so.
The orcas have
It doesn't
killed-
happen very often.
And they
actually, does
mostly
it?
kills humans in captivity.
Oh, that's
I feel like that's different though.
yeah, that's different.
He's
It's
just
like,
rebelling against.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm talking about a wow.
Old mate Free Willy wants out, dude, and he's gonna kill his instructor.
No,
There's
I'm
the
talking
one, was the
about
one
wow.
in SeaWorld where
I
like,
wanna
it
know
killed
wow.
like 6 instructors before they were finally like, okay, we should not have this one in captivity anymore.
Wild orcas have never been recorded killing a human in history.
See? So it's not too bad.
Maybe it's not too bad. Maybe the orca is like, maybe they don't want revenge for old mate Willy that was trapped inside the captivity. Or maybe
There was one incident in 1972. A surfer was bitten in California, likely due to a mistaken identity, confusing a human wetsuit for a seal.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas the orca's like, "Oh, sorry, buddy, I have mistaken identity. I thought you were young Greg."
You have whiskers.
Oh, okay, maybe it should be like. Does that make the orca less scary? Does that take it from a 10 to a 1?
nah,
or are you
it's still
shitting your pants?
it's still sitting in 10.
Yeah, it's still
That kind of massive.
because like that Google could tell me that it's not
Any
true,
big
but,
fish is scary.
any big fish.
Nah, like a bluefin tuna would rate at like a 4 in the
Whoa,
water.
if it's ramming into you, it would be scary.
No, if I'm just in the water with it. If I'm just in the water with it.
It's like the gropers, those massive gropers. They'll
Yeah.
bite human limbs, but they've got really nowhere to do anything, so they bite you.
Yeah.
But then you can just pull it out your arm.
Where would you put a crocodile?
Oh, hell no.
That's also an 8 or 9, right?
It goes 8, 9, 10. Hell no.
Hell no.
Anything above a 7 is a hell no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, crocodile no. That's why I don't do river swimming.
Nah, but river swimming is gross, right? Because you get the leeches and all the
shit.
jams.
Yeah, well, half of the water's like half the rivers in Australia have like the amoebas that like kill you, like melt your brain and stuff as
They
well.
do?
Hell no.
Like Moore River is our closest like big river open mouth here besides the Swan River, and that constantly has those amoebas that like will change the
flesh-eating
prions
bacteria.
in your brain. And people go to swimming all the time. I'm like, what?
Because I have a distinct memory of as a kid going camping, and we all went through like a river, and then like half of us came out with leeches.
Yeah.
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 It's okay. It's okay. Stay at home. Stay home. Stay home.
Those fuckers just exist out
Stay
there.
at home. Play magic. Play
They just
magic.
exist out there.
Play magic. Play magic, guys. Play magic.
It's the same as ticks. Really, any
Play Commander.
I hate
Well, our
parasites.
environment is so unfriendly.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
Maybe that's where the fire keeps coming through.
it's the universe's way of trying to
Today
purge.
Yeah.
Why do
is
humans live here?
the 8.
Yep.
Let's
It's the
guess.
8.
Tomorrow is the ban list.
Oh, for Magic the Gathering. Commander. They're supposed
So
to
that's
announce
it.
a bunch of
Okay, each
unbannings.
person pick one card.
Well, they're supposed to announce unbannings.
Unbannings.
Not
yeah.
banning.
Do they unban jewel loaders tomorrow?
Yes, there's
You
a
think-
high
you think
chance. There's a very
Do you
high
really
chance.
think it's Jewel Lotus getting unbanned?
Yes.
100%.
100%. That's why I'm taking it. They want
It's
to
like-
ban. They want to ban because it does not make any sense to ban jewel loaders.
Correct.
It is the
Especially with
stupidest ban ever.
Stupid,
I
especially
get it.
with the
I
new
think-
tier, like the list they
Yeah.
like the game changes thing they've got going on now.
Well, we're all in agreement that, like, I mean, we're all in agreement here that, like, we don't want.
As long
Jewel
as
loaders
the
banned.
the card does not like destroy the format, I think it's fine.
Does that mean the collector boosters you've got in stock now go up in price significantly?
Yeah, should be.
People are already speculating on it. I've seen prices start to spike a little bit.
Like the set boosters went up a lot.
They did already.
It went up a lot.
I don't know. I still think that they might just unban something benign, like some random old card is benign. You know what I mean?
Dockside, they reprinted Dockside in Avatar.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
Yes. So why did you reprint a card as banned?
Well, I guess it can still be used in other formats.
Like what?
Like
7-point Highlander?
Like take for example some silly card like Biorhythm is banned, right? It's a 6 mana, 6 and 2 green Biorhythm sorcery that says each player's life total becomes the number of creatures he or she controls. And it was banned back in the day because it can be like, oh, it feels bad because someone might end up going down to like 2 life or 3 life. But it's also a 8 mana card. You know, and Magic these days, an 8 mana card usually says win the game anyway, and it says each player has to take the penalty.
But
This is a card they can unban tomorrow, and then people will go shrug or whatever.
Yeah.
It's something like a elf deck will be able to cast this on like turn 4.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, but you could. I mean, thing in Magic though is that any deck could just generate a lot of mana and win with any card, right?
Yeah, I guess these days the early wins things aren't that big a deal anymore anyway.
Yeah.
It's interesting we see Commander to be so incredibly prevalent that it's invading into the mind space of almost every other hobbies that we have. Like all the X-Wing guys are playing Commander.
Yes.
All the 40k guys are playing Commander. Like you have a lot of the guys that I didn't expect to, like from Flesh and Blood and it's like One Piece, they're all also going back to Commander.
They give it a go, yeah.
It's becoming more and more prevalent every week. And the product's becoming less and less desirable. I don't know, you know what I mean?
What do you
like
mean?
after the fallout of like not fallout, but I guess the Lorwyn feels like a bit of a cooling off after incredibly hot
units,
streak
yeah.
of everything that's been going on.
Lorwyn is hot.
Is it?
Very hot.
Lowen is well received.
The one of the strongest set. Your 5 elementals is insane.
Yeah, the elementals are back warping standard.
They started off low. Now every day the prices keep increasing.
Really?
Yeah.
Also, a lot of
It's
people have
crazy.
been asking for a Leovold on ban. Plenty of people want Leovold on ban.
Yeah, that always felt at the time like it wasn't that big a deal when they banned it anyway. Like it wasn't. He
I
wasn't.
feel Commander
Because the Leovold on ban
alright.
was like it feels bad because you can wheel and suddenly
That's what I'm
everyone
saying,
draws
like,
one card.
because you have
but
the
there's
tier
also
list.
so many ways to wheel and make your own draw more cards.
You have a tier list, right? Just play to your tier. Like if you're playing tier like 5 or whatever, the category 5, then just everybody will be on 5.
I'm more than happy
You know?
to welcome just unban everything in Commander, and Commander is the roller coaster. I mean, obviously outside of the obvious cards to ban, and let people roller coaster ride the game.
I've been trying to play a bit more on the Thursday night, and I've never paid any attention to the list, the category thing they've got going on. I should. It's just it's both a little bit of laziness, a little bit not having time, right? And I'll sit down at the table, and because there's so many new players, and the category like is it like a 1 or a 3 or whatever they use, right?
Yeah.
Or has it got game change? It's so prevalent, and there's so many new players. They're now used to that, and people asking me, and I'm like, I don't know what mine is. I should probably know, being that I'm like representing the store.
I actually treat the bracketing system as quite a success from Wizards of the Coast, as like a blanket statement of trying to standardize what people's decks feel like.
It just helps people to explain their deck.
Correct,
Like
correct.
what
It's-
category are you?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm a 2. So you expect like, okay, you're not gonna have this, and this.
Yeah.
You're not gonna have Dark Side Oracle and win the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at least you know what you're playing against with. Like a lot of times before this category system, people's like, oh, what your deck do? Like, is what are you gonna play? Like, I'm gonna play this deck. And everybody's like, oh, this commander is gonna win. But it's like, oh, but this commander is a category 2.
Yeah.
And then it'll be like, it's a
Won't
friendly
be so bad.
broken commander. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Correct, and it's, like I said, the fact that a lot of new players are picking it up so quickly and able to help identify their decks.
Correct.
It's actually a good success from Wizards of the Coast. People like to give Wizards shit for everything, but this is one of the things that when it came out, I was actually pretty happy with. Because it's something that they can refine over time, and it gives especially because it comes from Wizards of the Coast. There's a million different ways that the community can say you can do things or do things that way, but it's always going to feel better if it comes from an official source.
Correct.
Because then it's planted directly into the game, and new players coming in have a nice, clear communication line to be like, sit down at the table. my deck's is bracket 3.
Yeah. Nice. All right. Well, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good to hear. It's good to hear that Eclipse is moving a little bit more.
At least you just know the expectation. You don't want to go into a game and halfway through the game, I'm going to win.
Yeah.
That being said, though,
It's
I
like,
also as more veteran players, does any of us know what brackets our decks are?
No, that's what I mean.
I don't know, but I usually will try to play to the table.
Yeah.
If you want to be an ass, I'll be an ass. If you're not being an ass, I will just try to attack. Like, oh, you've been attacked, I'm not gonna touch you.
Yeah.
You
It's
have
the politics.
attacked, I'm gonna touch you. You know, like this. So like, and then on the table we'll see like, oh, you have more creatures on board. I'll try to control you. I'll try to cull your board. You know what I'm saying?
I think all our decks are bracket 4. Because bracket 3 is you're allowed 3 game changers, and we're definitely running more than 3 game changers in all our decks. I
Yeah,
think.
probably.
Oh yeah.
But we're not CDH, which is 5. So
Yeah,
we'll
we'll just
4.
I'll play to the table. Because you need to be experienced to play to the table.
100%.
You know, some people just want to play to win.
Yeah.
I don't want to play to win. I want to play so everybody dies at the same time. That's what I want.
Of course.
Because everybody don't have to wait. I don't like the waiting part. That's
A
why.
reset, go to a fresh game.
Correct.
Yesterday, the Riftbound release happened, and they came out with a multiplayer way of playing. Are we seeing much of that happening?
No.
No?
I think it's much like Flesh and Blood. Even though the game supports a multiplayer format, the vast majority of players will just want to play 1v1 because the game is balanced around head-on action. And a lot of people that pick up Riftbound are people that more inherently want to be playing card games competitively, which means that just 1v1 is the
Same thing. One Piece has a multiplayer format. No one likes it.
I didn't even know that.
it's-
I don't think I've ever seen anybody talk about it.
It's not shit. It's just that people just don't like it.
It's honestly a unique space that Magic holds where it can support a multiplayer game.
I guess it also took decades for the multiplayer to be the thing that kicks off.
Correct.
I wonder if we see that a bit of time where people, set 20 people in Riftbound and they naturally want to do different things but within the same space, so they start to use it in a different way.
I can see it maybe. Magic is such a unique enigma because it wasn't designed for multiplayer, but it just so happened that the rules work. It just happened that the rules work in multiplayer.
That is very true.
And then you provide a game system where it's so open-ended in deck building that eventually people want to try and experiment new things and people give multiplayer a go. And then people like to talk about it, but Magic is trying to make it. Magic is designed in a way where it wants to be approachable and casual and also enough for new players to pick up, which incentivizes the more casual play styles like multiplayer.
Yeah.
Well, like Riftbound is head to toe still built as a competitive card game, so a new player picking it up will just there's only one way to build a deck.
Yeah.
So
Did you see the new trailers for World of Warcraft?
No.
there's a new WoW expansion.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
What's it doing now?
Well, a big part is they finally put in like
an end?
like World of Warcraft homes, so you can have your own little homestead and stuff.
Oh my god! They got Farmville now.
That's not being a thing.
Yeah, no, it's
Really?
It's something that everybody always knew within the game that they would pull it out when there was like they needed to sell the next expansion.
Like a
it was
home.
it's like a hit and run for.
Are you still playing it though?
No, I bought the last expansion, but I didn't play it, and I bought the previous expansion of that, and I played it like a couple months ago. Though I would love to crack through the main part of the stories. It's a time frame thing for me at the moment, and even like my computer is set up at the shop. I don't even have a computer at home at the moment, so it's for the last probably year and a half. It's been set up at the shop, so I'm not playing any video games really. But I do. It's the same kind of thing where a lot of the trailers are very cutesy and.
So what are we fighting now? What's the story about now?
I don't know. I gotta look at that.
They fight demons. They fight this. They fight that.
All the focus is on like
You're fighting a mortgage to own a home.
They're fighting the boss called RBA.
Yeah. You go every day
banks.
and you got to fight your boss to get like a toilet break. But a lot of the focus is the same thing on there. Is like they're really honing on the cutesy and things look a little bit more anime than they used to and stuff like that as well. And like what you're seeing a lot at the moment is people doing reels where it cuts between some of the original cut scenes where they're going to battle and fighting each other, and the new one where the girl is like collecting her the female elf is like collecting like things for her house. You know what I mean, to prop up around the
Make
house.
a little bit of Sims.
Yeah.
I'm surprised there wasn't ever like because I don't play WoW. I'm surprised there ever was like a home, because I feel like owning a little home and having a little place to kind of like sit back and kick back gives you a sense of belonging.
Yeah.
And in an MMO, having a sense of belonging and a little place to kind of your own place really adds to the atmosphere, right?
I think a big part for a lot of players is like it's almost like a trophy room where you put all like the things you've collected over the years,
all your achievements.
And I totally get that, and I do think they just held it on because they knew it was always going to be popular for when their expansion, like maybe players are waning and they really need this one to be hit and run, so they put it in for their.
It's a big selling point.
Yeah,
correct.
So it's the case, but is all these things they're seen as magic and wow, these things have lasted now decades, and it's only a matter of time until people's focus shifts onto something different, and like they've got to do whatever they can do to maintain a level of growth that is otherwise unforeseeable. So
the thing about World of Warcraft is I see World of Warcraft in the same similar vein as something such as like Magic the Gathering, where it's so grandfathered in that even if it wanes, it still will last another 20 years. It still can go. It can still keep chugging forward. Just based on the fact that it's been around for so long and it's just there and it's continued support, as long as they don't massively fuck it up, they're good to go.
You do see like now with the age demographic of the people like there's quite a few streams where it's like the dad playing with his 8-year-old kid, 9-year-old kid. I wonder if there's enough of that situation where they're bringing in the next generation of players because they're old enough now. Whereas like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, those kids are nowhere near old enough to hold an account or play. But now you can start bringing some of those people in, and it's like you'll get a new wave, like an increase from there.
The trick for me is I don't know if new kids are playing MMOs.
The problem with MMOs is the commitment.
Yeah. And the attention span, right?
Yeah, you need to have you need to do it like every day. You want to maintain a game, you have to do it every week.
Yeah,
or
I set aside a 5-hour window to do a raid.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if a kid's doing anything for 5 hours.
The problem is like with Magic and stuff, you can come for a game and go home.
Yeah,
and that's it. You can close it. The window is closed.
It's a big part of why I've been able to play Commander games here and there and not commit to like Warhammer games, which I do want to do, because I can't lock in 2 hours, 3 hours a week and any week. I just can't do it. It's just not there.
And Magic, you just shuffle up and play. That's it done.
All right, gentlemen, we are at that 1 hour mark. Do we have any last words we want to finish the episode on? Any final send-offs? I think, William, we got what you got for one more week. Next week, we got you for another one.
Yep.
And then you are off traveling a little bit as well.
I'm going to Locana DLC.
You're going to the Locana regionals?
Really?
As a judge.
As a judge? What happened?
Yeah, I'm a judge.
Why'd you? You're a judge.
It sounds like someone got a free flight. By the
You're a judge for Locana?
Sorry?
You're a judge for Locana?
Yeah, I'm a judge for Locana.
Did you do a course or something?
Yeah.
Was it hard?
No.
Did someone else do the course?
It's like sorcery magic. And Locana allows take-backs a lot.
What?
Really?
It also allows... Wait. Locana,
Locana is very forgiving.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
You can reverse a lot
in
of
Locana,
moves.
if I oopsies, he could take it back?
Not
It's
oopsies.
okay.
Like the thing is, if you didn't done something wrong, they try to resolve it. They won't give you like a warning. They will try to reverse it.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
So
Gotcha.
the resolve, like to resolve something, is to reverse it. That's their first
try to
priority.
reset both
Until you can't resolve it, then it goes to the next.
Is it supposed to stop the feel bads?
It's not feel bad. It's just how the game is. It's trying to be
it's
friendly.
trying to encourage players.
It's not. It does not punish you. It's not like Magic. Like you miss it, done.
Do you feel like that's easy to take advantage of, or because it's inherently in the rule, it's like anything done wrong is?
I feel like this in competitive is not healthy.
Yeah.
Because there's take backsies. You can do take backsies in a very minor, not like big way, but in a very like.
Imagine in a big money cash tournament, where like the finals, where someone takes advantage.
So it's
of
very forgiving. It's not as non-forgiving as One Piece or what's it called? Magic.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you miss a trigger, you miss a trigger. That's it. Done.
So where's that being held?
In Melbourne.
In Melbourne.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, what a
So
little
you just
trip.
wait for a weekend, or is it?
Yeah, I'll wait for a weekend, 3 days.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's a Saturday, Sunday event. Going there. It's pretty much like it's a like an administration judge like work kind of thing. So you don't only you gotta do like other stuff as well.
You'll be doing like the rounds and the players to set up
Pretty
registrations.
much. Yeah.
What about yourself, Danny? Any last words? Any last additions?
Okay, I'm gonna go check on my friend Connor. We're gonna we're gonna go back to politics. We talked before about getting some clothes for a wedding, so we're gonna go back to politics and Karen up. So I might drive him past the house and just see if he flinches as we drive past.
I thought it's like
Leave
back
him
to
a tile.
politics as in politics.
Oh no. We're buying clothing for a wedding.
Okay.
All right. Take care, everyone.
See you guys.
Yeah.